am back with another video. If you are new here, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, go ahead and like this video. So as you can see by the title, today's video will be part 2 of marketing tips for lash techs. I did create a video on part 1, marketing tips for lash techs. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check that video out. So today's video, I will just be going more into detail on how you can actually build a clientele and to plan out your marketing strategy for the month to get those clients in the door. If you're someone who's interested in building clientele and want to get new clients in the door, continue watching this video because I'll be sharing all of my marketing strategies that I've used to help me build a consistent client. So the first thing you should be doing before you actually create your marketing strategy is figuring out your target audience. So if you've never heard that term before, a target audience is basically a group of people that you want to serve. And you have to niche it down and be very specific of who you actually want to target. So if you're just starting and you don't have any clientele at all, you should be starting off with the gender, the age, and the ethnicity. And over time, you can actually continue to build that avatar or whoever it is that you want to target. So for example, with me, when I first started, I did target stay-at-home moms. That is who I wanted to actually service. I just felt like stay-at-home moms, they don't get enough time to actually pamper themselves. That is who I wanted to target because stay-at-home moms, they are always at home. They're always with their kids. Some of them just wanted to target stay-at-home moms because I wanted them to actually feel good and look good while they're at home with their kids or whatever it is they may be. I'm a mom myself, and a lot of the times we don't get to pamper ourselves. So that is who I wanted to target, but no, over the time I actually seen like that is not my target audience. That is not who's been in my chair. Who's been in my chair is teenagers, high school students, girls between the ages of 16 and 21 up to like 25. I have literally one client who's over the age of 30, and she's been coming to me since when I was a beginner. She's really my only exception, and I love her dearly. Started to keep track of how many younger girls that I were getting in versus how many stay-at-home moms I would get. I was getting more like high school students, college students, and I noticed that I wasn't getting as many stay-at-home moms as I wanted to. I then kind of changed up my strategy on how I did things because I'm like, wait, I'm getting more high school students, teenagers because of my branding, which we will kind of talk about later in the video. I figured out who my target audience was, and it was mostly like teenagers. I'm like, well, stay-home moms is not something I want to do because the girls are loving my lashes. They're pre-booking, they're tipping, they refer their other friends. So it's like, okay, this is who my target audience is. Over time, your target audience, who you want to target, will change. Right now, this is just a start before you actually create a marketing plan. So now target to teenagers, high school students, college students, and that is not my target audience, and that is who books with me the most. If you are a beginner and you don't have a clientele, you don't know where to start, you can literally just write out on a pen and paper who it is you want to service. Now, there are many people that you can actually choose from. You want to be specific as possible, and it's okay if you don't have everything written down, but at least start somewhere because you don't want to target everybody. There was more stay-home moms that didn't like my sets than it is like younger girls who didn't. So I kind of switched things up, and it really made me feel like I wasn't doing good. You're doing a good job. There are people out there that love your work. There are people out here that loves your lash sets. So don't be discouraged if your target audience that you originally targeted to doesn't like the services or products that you're offering. Before you start anything, make sure you sit down or set aside some time to actually figure out who your target audience is and go from there and build over time. On my list is actually branding yourself. A lot of people may think that branding is a logo and your brand colors. Oh yes, it is a part of it. It's just an aesthetic of it, the logo and the colors. It's just an aesthetic of your branding. But branding yourself comes from what you offer. That is how you brand yourself. And it's crazy because I know it's not a competition thing. You have to also be like 10 steps ahead of things. When you're branding yourself, so what is it that you can do different from your competitors and stand out? Then you can begin to work on your logo and your color theme and all that other stuff. That is all just an aesthetic in the way things look. Branding at the end of the day is really what you can provide, what you can do differently, and what type of experience can you offer. As you're working on your target audience, work on branding yourself and what you want for your clients, and stand out as much as possible. So for an example, when my client comes in, she's greeted. My client sits in my chair. She knows she's already going to have her blanket and her pillow ready. If she's feeling uncomfortable, she knows that she can talk to me. When you're branding yourself, be specific on what you want to offer your clients, what you want to do different from your competitors. And no, this is not a competition thing. You basically just want to stand out from competitors. That is all branding is. And over the time, people will begin to recognize who you are, not even from your colors or your logo, but they will just know who you are based off the experience that you gave them. So keep that in mind. Branding is about the experience that you give, what you can do differently and what you can offer differently. Next is actually creating the monthly marketing plan. This is my favorite topic out of everything. I love marketing. I love talking about marketing. I love talking about how you can actually build your clientele. When you're creating your marketing plan, is basically having a goal in mind. You basically want to know how many clients you need to have. What are your prices you're going to charge? What are you going to do to get those clients in the door? Well, one of my strategies was when I wanted to get 10 new clients for the month, offer a new client special. So I ran a $99 full set for 1 month. This is for new clients only. If you have returning clients, you can offer them a discount as well. This is for if you're trying to get new clients in your chair. How the process worked with me, when I offered the new client special, I literally posted it everywhere. So I used social media, I used my Google page, and I sent out emails. So after I had wrote down how many clients I wanted for the month, I created a discount of what I would offer those clients. I then began to plan out my marketing strategy. Instagram and Facebook were the two platforms that I used for social media. When I sat down, I committed to posting 3 times a week. In 4 weeks, that is 12 posts. 3 posts a week for 4 weeks is 12 posts for the month. I sat down and I would literally just write out my captions, I would write out my headlines, and I would literally just write out what I would do each week. You don't want to be all over the place. You want to market towards the audience that you're trying to reach. That was for Instagram. For Facebook, this is where I would literally run my ads. I'm just going to give it to you guys real quick because I did have a trainer who was actually walking me through it. So with Facebook ads, I had to invest some sort of money because I didn't have a clientele. I didn't have a clientele at all. I was literally using Groupon, which I don't recommend anybody using. What happened was, after I planned out all 12 posts for the month, I then planned out my ads that I would run on Facebook. So there's like different ads you can run. So I ran like 3 different ads. I used a picture, I used a flyer, and I used a video of my lash work. I put $500 towards my Facebook ads, and I ended up getting 5 clients from Facebook. I ran that ad for a month for $500, and it's literally like $5 a day or something like that. I can't really remember, but when I ended up running those ads, I ended up just putting money into Facebook. Now, I recommend creating a budget on how much you want to actually invest in your Facebook ads to get new clients, but that is just one option. So I use Instagram to post 3 times a day, and then I use Facebook to actually run my ads as another way of marketing. Now, that is 2 marketing strategies I've already done now. If you would like a video more on how to actually plan your ads out to get new clients, leave me a comment below and I'll actually make a detailed video about that as well. But after I finished planning out my videos, I literally set aside time to actually create that content. I do use Canva for my graphics, and I did create my own flyer. I did invest in a graphic design and training because I just didn't have the money to even afford a graphic design at the time. So I ended up buying a course on how to actually make my own flyers. With Facebook ads, I did buy a course with that to show me how to run my ads, because if you are on a budget like I was and you can't afford things like a graphic designer or someone to run your Facebook ads, unfortunately you just have to sit and learn yourself. It does take time to do these things, but I promise you it will be worth it in the end. It's just how much you're committed and dedicated to it. I did plan out all of my marketing. I sat down and planned out each post, what time I would post it. I wrote out my captions, I wrote out my hashtags, and I put it all in my notes. And I went in my Canva and I literally put everything together. And that is how I stay organized and committed to getting those 10 new clients. Always make sure you have a budget in place. The more money you put into your ads, the more the platform puts your ad in front of people. So keep that in mind. If you are on a budget, there are other ways that you can put your services and your products in front of your target audience. But this is the strategy that I use. This is what worked for me. No, I did not get clients right then and there. It did take time. But because I planned and I was very intentional on what I wanted to do. If you want those 10 clients through the door, you need to make sure that you are showing up. It doesn't have to be every day. Just make sure you're showing up and you're consistent with what you're doing. This is where your branding comes in at. This is where you actually give them that experience that they won't receive anywhere else. So that is a way that you can literally market and build your clientele. You always have to set goals and actually plan out what you're gonna do from start to finish and actually go through with those plans. How would anyone know about you if you don't even market yourself? If you guys are interested in a more detailed way of running Facebook ads, planning out your posts, leave me a comment below and I will actually walk you step by step through how I actually planned out each post, from the headline to the caption to the video, designed it in Canva, drafted it, how I actually market to get my clients in. And that is all I have for today. If you enjoy watching this video, go ahead and leave me a comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.